I mean, if I was like, "What the fuck is up? We are fucking Scarcastle," then that would be my thing.
It's black.
We are Scarcastle.
That's actually not that bad.
Scarcastle.
And that's how we're going to start the show. This is Scarcasm. I'm Scarfinger. Chase is in the building.
What's up, guys?
And Chase brought on a guest today. You want to introduce your guest at least?
This is Smoking Ace, a.k.a. Jared.
What up, what up?
Okay, not to be confused with the other Jared.
No, I used to tell everybody I used to be like the Subway guy, but I had to quit doing that.
Yeah.
So now I tell everybody like Jared's Jewelers.
Yeah.
The jewelry store.
Yeah, because when I told him that he should make him, because he like builds computers and shit like as a hobby. So I told him that he should do that and like have a commercial to where the lady would be like, come home and then there's a really nice computer and she'll look to her other lady friend and be like, oh, he went to Jared.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Really?
yeah. You know, the Subway thing might actually come in handy. Be like, oh, he brought a foot long. Like, damn right.
It's only it's only a foot long.
And, you know, I'm average.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm black. I mean,
I got nothing to say. I'm not even. We're just gonna leave that one alone.
I'm black. So
that's all you gotta say.
Yeah, I wear a size 13, dog. What is we doing here? Which has its ups and downs. Which the down is right now I am looking for some shoes and I cannot find fucking shoes anywhere that I like. Because of course, when you wear 13s, things look really great when they're the 8 or 9 on the display. They don't really look that great when they're stretched out to a 13.
It's kind of like seeing a picture and then you're like, that looks really good on my phone, and then you like blow it up and it looks like really pixelated.
No, we have a term for that in Black Twitter. In Black Twitter, we call that chicks who are small picture cute. They look kind of cute on their profile picture, but when you blow that bitch up, nah.
We call that a 50-footer.
50-footer.
Yeah.
I think I can make. I think I can still make that connection. You know what I'm saying? No, that's fucking stupid. You can tell I got laid.
Anyway, moving on.
No. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm honest with my people. It don't really happen that much that often these days. So, but yeah, man, I've had a week. Work is still pretty boring, which I thought it would pick up at some point. It has not. So work is still very, very boring, and hopefully it'll pick up soon. But when it does pick up, when we hit the busy season in a couple weeks, it's just gonna super pick up, and then everybody's gonna be frustrated and cussing each other out. Not that they aren't doing that already, but it's just gonna get worse. So it's really kind of a, I don't know, like work is kind of just right now it's just kind of boring. Like I spend half of my day like on Facebook and in the Discord and stuff like that, because of course Discord doesn't work on my damn phone. So the only time I'm really on Discord, which is still popping, by the way.
Yes.
Here.
You know your mic is still on, right?
I don't think he does.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sitting here filibustering. I was sitting here filibustering about work and shit, and he doesn't realize that his mic is still on.
No.
Well, I was being all quiet, and then things happened. Yeah. Because the freaking dog was like, a thing started recording. It's like, oop, you're recording? I need to go potty right now. Come on.
You know something I realized? I've never had a dog. I've never been a fan of dogs, but the owner of my company and his son, they both have dogs, and they will bring their dogs in on different days because the dogs don't really get along. So one thing I realized is I don't ever want a dog because I can't eat a fucking thing in peace at work. I can't eat anything in fucking peace. Like, the moment one of them knows that you have any kind of food, they're just like, what's up? What's good on that food, B? Like,
let me get a piece of that.
Yeah, let me get some of that. What you got? Oh, word, you got some chicken? I see you. All right. You sharing?
I'm just going to sit right here and just give me a piece.
No. One of them is that I'm just going to sit right here. She's a little dog. Little Kiwi is a little dog, but Tally is a she's not a very little dog, and she will like kind of poke through and kind of put her head on your lap, like, "What's up, dog? You good?" I'm trying to see what you eating right now. And then if you try to ignore her, then she will put the paws on you. So, like, she'll get up and put her paws on your arm, like, "Hey, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I'm here for some fucking food." You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on? I need some food. I'm gonna need you to do this. And then I give her that look, and then she'll get down, and then she'll stare at me for a few seconds, and then like I'll just kind of be like, "All right, then." I might throw you a little something. And she'd be like, "Well, hurry the fuck up then. Like, what is you doing?" You know what I mean? So, like, I can't eat shit in peace. Like, I started bringing, like, fucking, like, crackers and shit to work so that I can fucking, like, give the dog the fucking crackers and shit so the dog won't eat my fucking food.
Well, hey, man, I got 3 of them, so if you want one,
no,
I can let you. You sure?
No, never. I can
hook you up.
I've never owned a dog, and I probably will never own a dog.
Well, look, man, I can just put it on like a loaner. You can try it out, see what you think.
Nah, we good. Well, see, dogs are fucking expensive. I mean, I know motherfuckers who got like insurance for their dog and shit. Like, no. I ain't really about that life to be taking somebody to the vet that's not my child. You know what I mean?
I don't have like a $1,200 dog. I don't need insurance.
You take your child to the vet.
If I can't look, health insurance is fucked up right now. I may have to. You know, it's real fucked up right now.
You know, the thing is though, man, I've met people that have like an actual room, like their own, like the dog has its own room.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's some people like my sister. My sister loves her dogs. Like loves her dog. She's one of the few black people that I know that really, really loves her dog. And like she is. I mean, I'm just not about that life. Like I'm not about like feeling like my dog is a member of my family. It's a fucking dog.
That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, see, like
it's a dog.
Yeah, like people really feel like their dogs are like a part of their family, and I'm like, you're not my fucking child. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even see my child enough. Like, I'm not really.
And the thing is, though, it's funny you say that, but then like your dog's like, oh yeah, man, I've had this dog for 4 years. It's part of my family, and then something happens, you bring it to the vet, and the vet's like, oh, dude, it's gonna be like $3,000 to fix your dog. And you're like,
come on, get in the car.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Come on, get in the car. We go into the park.
If it was your kid or whatever, it'd be like, oh yeah, we got to do it, but $3,000. He'll be all right.
We gonna start playing fetch while I start inching closer and closer to the car and throwing whatever it is further and further the fuck away.
We're just gonna let Mother Nature run its course. Yeah. You'll be all right.
All right, Spot. I see you.
Like, it's kind of like the time when you're like, you take your car to the mechanic, and then he's like, oh, it's going to be like, $2,500 to fix all this stuff, and you're like, well, I think it's about time to get a new car.
No, it's not even that. See, I'm black. See, the difference between me is like, I wouldn't say it's time to get a new car. It's like, man, I don't even like that car that much. Like that's how I play. That's how I play it. Like I don't even like this car. Shit, I drive a motherfucking '98 Corolla. This is not hot on these streets. So fuck this car. Fuck the fuck out of this car.
That is like, oh man, dude, I got a cousin somewhere down the road. I can go get him to go fix it for like half the price. Well, let's bring it down to him.
Yeah, go take it to Cousin Pete.
Yeah, there you go.
Take it to Cousin Pete. We all got a Cousin Pete. You know Cousin Pete that be working on cars in his driveway and shit.
Right.
And no, he go work on cars, at his mama and them house because he lived in an apartment complex and they got tired of him. They got tired of him having parts and shit all over the fucking apartment complex. So now he got to go work at his mama and them house.
But the thing is, though, you got to drive him down to like his friend's house and go get all his tools and shit to go take him over there.
Right.
To work on your car.
Yeah, his friend, the actual mechanic that just buys fucking tools randomly. We all know that guy. We all know that guy. That the fucking my brother-in-law is a mechanic, and the tool dude just kind of shows up to work, be like, "Hey, y'all need some tools?" And like it's like the ice cream man for them.
You talking about the Snap-on guy?
Yeah, the fucking Snap-on guy. I thought it might be Snap-on, but I didn't know it for us. I'm probably one of the least handiest people you have ever met in your life. Like, for real. I changed out a couple years ago, the lens on my headlight came off. So I ordered a new one. I switched that bitch out myself, and I felt like I had a real sense of accomplishment for just changing out my fucking headlight. Like, that's how least handy I am. Like, that was a really strong sense of accomplishment, just changing out my fucking headlight.
Right.
But I mean, you changed the lens. You didn't just change the bulb. So.
No, I took the whole fucking thing out. I mean,
so that's that. I mean,
I took a fucking.
That's more than just.
I took a bolt out and I took a bolt out and slid that bitch
screws.
Right. I took a bolt.
Twist the bulb out.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make him feel better,
A few years ago, I'm gonna tell you, I did something and I still feel like it was the most awesome fucking thing ever. But it's probably like nothing to anyone else, especially anyone that has any kind of like handyman in them. I played a lot of Rock Band 3. Played a ton of Rock Band 3. And I saw online, I had some cymbals, but the rack didn't work right. And I saw online that you can make a cymbal rack with PVC.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, for my birthday, mind you, I went out and I built that fucking cymbal rack out of PVC. Now, let's be honest. Like, the hardest part of that is maybe drilling a hole in the top of the cap so that you can put the little thing through, to put the little screw thing through so you can put the cymbal on it. Like, that was the hardest part of it, like, and that's not very hard at all. But I felt so fucking dope at that point. Like, hell yeah, I put this motherfucking cymbal rack together myself. Yes, I followed the goddamn instructions, but motherfucker, I did this shit. Like, I bought a little saw so I could cut it to the right size and shit. I'm saying all of these fucking, like, handyman nonsense shit, like measure twice, cut once, like that type of shit to myself. It's dumb as fuck now, but you know what? I still got that fucking cymbal rack. It's in my storage unit. I still got that shit.
Nice.
But yeah, man, my week has been a little bit better. Because last week I was sick and I didn't really do a whole lot of anything. But yeah, this week has been a lot better. Still busy. Like, I don't feel like I have enough time to really do anything at all. So it's just like trying to figure out how to prioritize my time. And then every time I'm like, okay, I think I'm at a good place where I can figure out what I need to do to get everything in my weeks done. Like, I do 3 fucking podcasts. I mean, I got a fucking full-time job. I'm painting every fucking day, like trying to figure out all of this stuff. And then Chase goes, we should do fucking movie nights every week. I'm like, I don't have fucking time for movie nights every week, Chase. Shit.
Yeah, Chase was telling me about that, man. I was like, it'd be a cool idea. Be like the old, like do like an old school Mystery Science Theater 3000 type deal or whatever, but kind of maybe do it with newer movies and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think you can do that anymore, though.
Well, the Rabbit program, it actually works very well. I watched a decent chunk of the movie last week, but I didn't say anything because I was painting and I was doing like other shit. And then I was just kind of loosely paying attention to the fucking movie. So I didn't say anything in the chat. And I think there is a microphone where you can talk over this shit, right?
Yeah, I just didn't have it going at that point because I just kind of get things going, because there's some new people in there, But once we get a good group, then it'd be pretty cool to have a microphone going. You can actually have a camera going and shit. So
yeah, I saw.
But yeah, it worked really well.
How about you actually finish fucking eating before you try to carry on the rest of this fucking conversation, you jerk?
That's what I was trying to do.
So God of War, what's everybody think about that?
It's really good, and I have had zero time to get back to it. Like, I played it that one day, and I have not had any time to get back to it. I really like it so far. Dad of War is fucking awesome. Well, I call it the last of Dad of War.
I see. I haven't got to play it because it's a PS4 exclusive, and it's 2018, and we're still doing only exclusive games. And I was like, that's still some bullshit.
The PlayStation is the only one really with the exclusives. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's
Microsoft used to be that way. Xbox used to be that way.
No, it was Microsoft had exclusives in the very early days of the 360, and they realized,
right,
why the fuck should we do this? If we make ourselves the best place for multi-platforms, then we could just fucking fire all of these people. And they did. And now they're feeling what happens when you get rid of everybody, and then you have the companies that you do have doing dumb shit, like all of the dumb shit that they have Rare do, like working on like Connect shit and all that other stuff. It's like, they're fucking Rare. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then, like, having Lionhead work on that piece of shit, Fable Legends crap. Oh my god. That people say, oh, they shouldn't have canceled Fable Legends. If you were in the fucking beta, you were like, yeah, they should have canceled that shit. I was in the fucking beta, and I could never really get a game going. You want to know why? Because nobody wanted to be the fucking dungeon master. That's why. Because they didn't fucking explain how to actually do it.
Yeah.
It was never fully explained how you were supposed to do it, so like nobody wanted to do that. So it's just a bunch of people sitting in a fucking lobby waiting for somebody to switch over and be the fucking dungeon master.
Right, because even in like D&D and stuff, the dungeon master is someone who knows everything about this shit. You know what I mean? Because that's the person that makes the game. That's they're not playing. They are your AI. They're your NPCs, and when you play a video game, you expect the developer to be the dungeon master,
Right.
I mean, it was a cool concept. Don't get me wrong. It was a cool concept, and like I said, I mean, they didn't really explain it, and it wasn't really well thought out. And
it wasn't really. No. Before you finish, let me just say this. It wasn't really well thought out because we've seen it fail already with Evolve.
Yeah.
If we hadn't seen that 4 against 1 concept fail with Evolve, if Fable Legends was like the first one to do it, then I can see possibly going in this direction. But as soon as Evolve failed, and it failed out the fucking gate, I was really high on Evolve until like the closer it got to launch, I was like, maybe not. And then they started doing all of that dumb shit with the pre-order bonuses, and you can only get this thing if you went to this store, but you don't get it until, like if you get this thing from GameStop, but you won't get it any other way. But you get you get this shit from Best Buy, but you don't get it any other way. It's like, I mean, I don't really pre-order much anyway, but like, hence one of the alternate titles from last week. I don't really pre-order much in the first place. So like the idea that like people were pre-ordering all over the place just so they can get the bonuses and then like canceling their pre-orders after they got the bonuses in order to play your fucking game. I shouldn't have to do this just to get content for your fucking game.
Yeah, that's so stupid because the whole content thing, because the only reason I would ever pre-order something is from GameStop, and they use it as a way to like, I don't really want to pay $60 right now, so I'm just going to put $5 down now, and the next I'll put another $5 down, and then by the time this game comes out, like next year, I got a fucking game.
Keep those $5 in your pocket, put it in your fucking savings account, and then when it's time, just buy the shit all outright.
You think I have the willpower for that shit? I'm
got
gonna
the
go get
willpower
something
to
to eat.
drive down to GameStop. You wasting more gas doing that.
For real.
Unless it's on the way home.
Yeah. How much time and money you wasted driving to GameStop over and over again to put $5 down to pay for a $60 fucking game?
I haven't did this in a while, but that's what I'm saying is the only reason you would ever pre-order is to pay it off a little bit.
You just said. Don't try to pretend like that's what the fuck you just said, because that is not what the fuck you just said.
Well, that's what I meant because I haven't bought a game from GameStop in a long time, unless it was like, well, scratch that. I bought some like super cheap 360 games to play on the One, but I haven't bought like an actual like full title from GameStop.
Speaking of fucking,
remember the last time I bought games from GameStop.
I'll buy something from GameStop. I don't really show up for like new releases for GameStop. Because it's the future, dog. Like you could just buy it right there on your console, and everything is just fine. But I go in GameStop when I'm just looking for something specific, or like I was in GameStop because I just happened to be at a store next door one day. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to GameStop. And then that's when I saw Killing Floor. And I was like, whoa, it's cheaper in here to just get a used fucking Killing Floor than for me to spend $40 fucking dollars on the Xbox. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of discs anymore. I have fucking like boxes of like 360 games, mostly 360 games in my storage unit right now that I'm probably never going to see again.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I haven't played console and I can't even remember how long. But I still have like my Final Fantasy VII, Legends of Dragoon, and stuff like that. Like
Final Fantasy VII? You're one of those?
Hell yeah, I am. What? Come on. Yeah, we can go there.
I don't. No, I'm not a fan of JRPGs at all. Period.
What?
No. Well, he heard me. He heard me like talking about Persona 5 for like all last year, so I think he's pretty much checked out.
I actually have Persona 5 downloaded. Once I had to install my external hard drive so that I can install God of War or Dad of War or Last of Dad of War. So I went ahead and since I was already in Blue's profile, I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of shit so I could just get it all out the way. So I did download Persona 5. Don't know if I'm ever going to play it, but it's there and it's on the PlayStation and it's straight. And you said you don't own a console at all?
I have my Dreamcast.
Oh my God, you're one of those people too?
Yeah.
Like fuck. Like the next thing you're gonna tell me is that NFL 2K5 is the greatest football game of all time.
No, actually, I don't play any sports games. Sorry.
Oh, you're that guy.
I am that guy.
I play JRPGs. I don't play any fucking sports games. You little fucking piece of shit, piss hand.
No, man. The thing is, though, the only kind of like sports games that I don't know if you really consider a sport. What is I like racing games, but I just could never get into playing sports games on a console or PC. I don't know why. I played the hell out of some Tiger Woods golf.
You know what I wish would make a comeback? You just made me think of it. Someone needs to come back out with Outlaw Golf. I loved Outlaw Golf.
See, I could do that. Or some Tony Hawk.
No, I think the Tony Hawk thing is past, bruh.
It is, but I used to play the hell out of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but see, here's the thing. I haven't played a Tony Hawk game at all.
But you gotta admit, though, back in the day.
But the moment somebody mentions that fucking Superman song from the first game, I am all about it.
What about some Jet Set Radio?
I was never a huge fan. I didn't play the game because I'm not a fucking Dreamcast guy. But I never played any of the Jet Set games until the one that came with my Xbox.
Okay.
Well, Scar didn't play Jet Set because he was too busy playing Shenmue.
Why the fuck would I do that? And then they just announced that they're like remastering those after Sony like fucking fucked over all of those people by putting that dude on the fucking stage and was like, yeah, he's coming out with a new game. We ain't paying for it. You are. And did the fucking Kickstarter and shit, and all those people like immediately jumped on the fucking Kickstarter and they ain't seen a fucking game yet.
It takes a while.
That's another thing about the whole Kickstarter thing, man.
I've not kickstarted anything yet.
I haven't either.
Now, if BioWare says we're gonna do a Mass Effect remaster, but we're gonna do it ourselves, and we gonna need y'all to put in on this, I'm all about it. But until that day, Kickstarter is kind of a no-go for me. I'd rather just do early access. Like, you know what I mean? Like on PC for like some of those PC games that I really like. I'd rather just do early access than just because if I do early access, at the very least I have a game.
Yeah, but the thing is though, you know, the whole thing with the whole early access thing, I kind of hate that because I used to be a big Smite fan. I don't know if you guys, I think Chase, you played with me before.
I've heard of
Smite.
it. I never played
Yeah. So anyway, they did a whole early access beta, you know, the whole beta thing now, which is some bullshit. But the thing was, though, they had early access and kept it in beta for I can't remember how long. It was probably like 6-7 months. And we got so used to playing one map, it was the Joust map. And then all of a sudden, you know, oh, hey, we're going to console and we're going to release the full version. And then they wound up changing everything. And it's like, why the fuck did I dump so much money into this game? And then all of a sudden, now we're going to change it up because we're going to console, and they pretty much ruined the whole game. So, I mean, why didn't they just come up, release the full game, and then go to console and say, here it is, instead of doing the whole early release beta bullshit? I'm about done with the whole beta thing.
I can't speak on it because I played a lot of Prison Architect before it went full release, and I currently play a lot of when I do play games, I play a lot of RimWorld. Which is still considered early access. So I can't really speak on that. But those are actually like fully realized games at this point. Like this, it's not like some like mini game nonsense. You know, and they keep adding and they keep building, and eventually they will get to release like Prison Architect did. And you know, and they still update the game every once in a while, and it's like that's cool.
Yeah, but the thing is though, for me, like the whole beta thing, it's like, you know, some games will stay in beta for 3 years. And it's like, well, you can't really complain. It's in beta.
Prison Architect and RimWorld, actually, those were considered alphas.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, because RimWorld is still considered. I think it just got considered to be a beta. Like it's been an alpha for like ever.
Yeah, but then when you complain about it, everybody's like, well, you can't really complain. It's in alpha or it's in beta, so you know you just have to wait for them to get done. It's like, how long?
But you also paid for it,
right? So it feels like, you know, if I pay $30 for a game, somebody should be able to tell me when they're going to go to full release or when the game's going to be complete, instead of just sitting there for like 4 years in beta. And then when you complain about it, it's like, oh well, sorry, we're working on it still.
Okay, so I just looked it up. And there's an article from Eurogamer from November about RimWorld, and it says after 5 years in development, RimWorld is on the final stretch to release. Now, I bought RimWorld last year, so I wasn't on all 5 years, but. I kind of kept up with it, and eventually when I had a chance to buy it, I did. But yeah, I can't really speak on all this.
Right? Because I remember back in the day, it would be like, you know, whatever, like Battlefield or whatever. It would be like the beta would be free, you know, just to test the game out and stuff and test the servers. But now it's like it's paid betas. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But the thing is, though, like RimWorld, it almost looks like a 16-bit game. So I mean, what the hell are you doing? You know, I'm like, dude, get out your mom's basement, move into your own place.
Don't do that. Don't do that mom's basement shit. Like, don't do.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
And all right, I'm not gonna go there. But it's kind of like, you know, I understand if you're, you know, like what would you call it? Like I guess not like a one-man show, or, you know, you got a small team, but at least let us know, or at least keep it in beta and work on it before you release it, and then at least give us a deadline. So if I'm going to pay $30 for this game, at least say, hey, you know, we're almost done. Give us 6 months to maybe a year, and then here's the full version. Not, hey, pay $30 for a half-finished game, and then we'll be done with it when we're done with it.
Right? How long was Ark out?
For, and
years,
and this shit just kept getting worse. Every time they fix something, they broke something else.
Yeah, and then it was like, we're going to console. So now it's like, oh, we're done. And that's like the biggest thing now to me. That is the new trend is like, even like PUBG, Ark, I think Smite, and might have been a few others that was the whole big thing. We'll stay in alpha or beta for who knows how long. Hopefully a console will pick us up, and then once console picks us up, it's like, oh, we're done. We're going, it's full release now. I don't know if you guys feel that way.
It seems like why should we wait until we're done to make money when we can make money before we're done?
Well, see, the thing is, though, they used to do that, about maybe 15 years ago, to where, we would release a full game and then we'd put it on they'd put it on the market. And I have a feeling like it's, I don't know, almost like PC's fault that now you can, they're doing these alpha releases where they're knowing that people will pay money for it. And, which honestly, I can kind of see what they're doing is that you are getting community's feedback on it. So you kind of are designing the game as you play it with the community saying, hey, we don't like this, or we need to switch an item, or this guy's too powerful, or this move is too powerful, blah, 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 blah. And I get that, but at least give us a deadline instead of just leaving it in beta for, years.
Yeah, I can't really say anything because I just looked at my time played for RimWorld and Prison Architect, and they're at 197 and 199 hours. And
you said you don't have much time.
No, I don't have much time now. That's not saying that I didn't have it then. It's a lot easier, and you have a lot more time when you live at the place where you work. And you don't have to fucking drive to work in the morning. Like, you could just get up, wrench off, throw some clothes on, and go to fucking work. You know what I mean? Like, you could just walk around the fucking corner or go downstairs and go to work. It's a completely different situation where you gotta get up and make sure that you're presentable and then fucking drive to work.
Like, you can play video games up until, like, the last 5 minutes when work starts.
Pretty much. Pretty much. All right, so, where do you want, no. Jared, how's your week been?
Man, I don't know if you guys even want to go there with my week.
Really, that bad? I'm nosy. I really want to know now.
It's pretty tough. No. So, to kind of give you, I work for a company. I am a low voltage technician, lead technician. So I do security, door access, CCTV, fire alarms, blah 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 blah.
Okay. So you're a security man.
Yeah. But, working with other coworkers that don't really, how can I put this nicely? Let's just say don't get it.
Okay.
It makes life a living hell. So, it's almost working with a bunch of 16-year-old girls.
Okay.
And that don't really share your worth it. So I'm 34 years old, and when you have to tell a grown-ass man on what time to be at the job and they don't show up, it's kind of hard. It kind of makes life a little, so, if you got to tell a 40-something-year-old man, hey, what time you need to be on the job when, we've been doing this for years and they keep on showing up late, and then, you get to the job and it's like, we're doing the same bullshit every day. And it's like, hey, how do you want me to do this? I don't know. How'd you do it like the last 100 times? Why do I got to keep on telling you how to do the same thing, man? And it's just, it's rough. Anyway.
Okay.
Because I can go on about this for hours. No, it's just, I don't know if you guys have to do with it, but I work construction and stuff like that. So, you're there to work, from 7 to whenever. And, you don't really have a set time, what time to get off. And it's like, oh, man, dude, it's getting 3:30. And, dude, we got shit that's got to get done. We got to get off this job and on to another one. So it's kind of like, oh, it's 3:30, man. It's, we're going to start packing up. Well, is what we came here to do done? No. Well, come on, man, we got to finish this up. Why am I telling you guys this? You guys are grown ass men,
I mean, they should be like, well, we're already done. Can we do another job? Because I want that overtime night.
Right. That's me, man. That's me. I go in and I'm there to work 48 hours plus. I'm not making money unless I'm working 48 hours plus. I get paid pretty good, but I get paid even better on overtime. So I'm going to try to get there and get all the hours I can get. And these guys are like, well, man, I work my 8 hours, dude. I'm leaving. I got guys that'll show up, and it's like you call them out on something. They're like, well, I didn't fucking know what that was. I didn't know how to fucking do it. And they'll pack their shit up and leave. So now I'm like, well, I got to fix it. Because I'm lead technician, but it's like, when the hell do I get throwing my hands up in there and be like, fuck it, dude, I don't know what I'm doing, and pack my shit up and freaking roll.
Have you ever talked to your hiring process, like whoever does the interviews? Like so what kind of people are you getting in?
Yeah, right. The thing is, though, man, we don't really do one segment. So, some companies, all they do is we just do CCTV, or we just do door access, or blah, 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 blah. We do it all, plus fire alarm. So we actually have a fire alarm division, but they do have what they call fire security, combo panels. So all the combo panels we do, and there's 4 different combo panels that we do. There's 5 different, DVRs and stuff that we install. There's 4 or 5 different other things that we install. So it's never just we have one thing for security, we have one camera, we have one this and one that. So to find a technician that can do all of it, it's very hard. So you kind of work with what you got.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, enough about me. So, like I said, man, we can sit here and talk about this for hours. So.
All right. So
I can get on a rant.
So what do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, we can go into the community stuff first because there's really not too much. We had one question for the podcast, which come from Mach 20 again. And this was, is Valerie going to forgive Sam for killing her brother and stop her grandfather from stealing the dragon's eye?
No.
The answer is no. And he said, for real, the real question is, with all the constant reboot fetish, with Hollywood's constant reboot fetish, what do you want to see come back to the big screen?
That's easy for me, but I'll let y'all go first.
Man, that's actually pretty tough for me because I don't really like reboots. I mean, look at Ghostbusters.
But was Ghostbusters a reboot, or it just...
Yes. No, it was.
Okay. I mean, I never saw... I was never really huge on Ghostbusters. I mean, it was cool for the time. And Ghostbusters 2 was the shit. I mean, of course, it had fucking Bobby Brown in it. But, you know what I'm saying? On Our Own is a dope-ass fucking song. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But so I don't think I ever cared enough about Ghostbusters.
What about Ninja Turtles?
I have not watched any of the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies at all.
Well, good, because you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, because my Ninja Turtles are 90s cartoons with surfer lingo. You know what I mean? That's my Ninja Turtles. I don't know about these Ninja Turtles. I mean, and then when I saw them in fucking Ready Player One, I was just like, oh, it's Ninja Turtles. All right, then. And then I just kept it moving.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a very tough question for the whole reboot thing. If I had to say reboot, and I know they've been trolling it on the internet, but I would almost have to say maybe Thundercats. I could go for that.
That the rebooted cartoon from a few years ago was actually really fucking good.
Or Voltron, maybe.
But they already did that on Netflix, and I really like that. I really like Netflix Voltron.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that could be cool. Bringing back rather than saying, "Oh, we're going to do a new version of the thing," or like these movies. It'd be cool to have. How Netflix does it to where they're bringing back older shows, animated shows, and kind of keeping to the original, but making it more, bringing it to a new audience almost.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I would rather it be something like I've never seen it, but I know people who say that they liked it. I would rather it be something more on the lines of Fuller House than for them to just say we're rebooting Full House.
But was Full House really a reboot though?
No, it was
like a sequel.
It was like a sequel.
Yeah.
I'd rather you take the ideas from that original thing and make something new. Kind of like how they just did with Lost in Space, which, as I understand it, has a lot of Mass Effect in it.
And actually, man, I watched I finished it, and it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. That's the one thing that I like about Netflix, man, is they really have no boundaries. They're really not, restricted. So they can kind of do what they want to do. And honestly, man, they did a really good job with Lost in Space.
Yeah, Netflix is kind of like the Hollywood version of the show us your boobs guy. Just do anything. Do anything. Show us anything. Do this. Oh, you want to do a reboot of One Day at a Time? Let's fucking do that shit. Show us your boobs. That guy.
Yeah, you hit it on the, yeah, exactly right. But the answer your question on the whole reboot thing, man, I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think?
I have an answer, but I was trying to let y'all go first.
Well, let me do maybe something that's not something that's like really popular. With maybe something that's more niche to where it's kind of hard to find would be better. I don't know. Because when you take something like really beloved like
answer the
Ghostbusters,
goddamn question, Chase, so we can move the fuck on. We're only supposed to be here for a goddamn hour. Answer the fucking question.
Well, I forgot my answer now. So
okay, fine.
Sandlot.
You really want them to redo that?
No, I was just trying to.
No, they need to reboot. Ernest Goes to Camp, but
oh my god!
But who's gonna be the new Ernest? That's the real problem.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh my god, no, dude.
Nah.
That'd be like the worst.
You can't reboot Ernest Goes to Camp with Dave Chappelle because. As someone who looked like he says nigga a lot when the cameras aren't on, you can't put the camera on someone who says nigga a lot.
I'm just kind of picturing this in my head of Dave Chappelle playing Ernest was the camera.
Yeah. That would be funny, but you gotta let that one ride. You can't reboot that one. Not that one.
All right, go ahead and do your answer, man.
Okay, there's one answer to this, but I don't want to. This is a reboot of a movie, but I don't want a movie. I want a one-off season about this one movie, but redo it with a modern slant, and that is fucking Man's Best Friend. I think that would be fucking greatness. Man's Best Friend as a TV series. Just give me one season and let it ride from there. Do that, or do that shit like how British TV shows do. They just give you 6 fucking episodes and you might get a second season and that shit might be 3 episodes. But you know what? Do Man's Best Friend, but stretch that bitch out. Please tell me y'all have seen Man's Best Friend.
I'm actually looking it up right now because they didn't really.
Man's Best.
Oh yeah, that's the one with
the genetically engineered dog.
Yeah, I was actually looking it up right now.
With what's his face from
It's like it was like the modern version of Cujo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I watched it when I was a kid because I was like, ooh, it's a dog, but he's like a Terminator. It's like the whole.
But the funny thing that after I saw that popped up my head was Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You guys remember that?
Yeah, the trauma deal.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool to do a reboot of. No, okay, no, I thought it'd be cool.
They'll do Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but it's actually like
zucchini.
And it's like going up people's butts.
But if we talk about like cartoons and shit like that, you want to know what I want to see? I want to see a Netflix version of Silverhawks, how they did with fucking how they did with Voltron. I'd like to see them take on Silverhawks. because we've seen Thundercats redone. We've seen Transformers done a million fucking times with all this fucking nonsense that the kids of those days. I mean, I was already like grown out of the shit by the time like Beast Wars and all that other shit came out. Yeah. But so we've seen what happens if someone decides to take that shit further. But I want to see someone do a real take of fucking Silverhawks.
What about He-Man?
No, because like I think He-Man would work, but like the problem with He-Man is they're definitely going to make him gay this time.
Damn.
Dude, but the thing is with He-Man also is they're going to have to actually write an actual plot. Because I rewatched some of that shit with my son. I was like, there's nothing here. There's no plot at all. Like, not even in an episode is there really a plot.
Well, I mean, G.I. Joe's was really the same way, too, if you go back and watch those.
Yeah. Okay, so, all right, I got it. This is the final answer right here.
Captain Planet.
No, fuck that. No. Captain Planet. Fuck Captain Planet. They just fucking did that on Legends of Tomorrow. But I'm guessing neither of you watch Legends of Tomorrow. It was something about some totems or some shit like that, and they got together at the end to create a perfect being, which ended up being a joke in itself. But you only care about this shit if you watch Legends of Tomorrow. GoBots.
GoBots.
Wow. Man, nah.
Little Wand, help me! Like I need someone to make that voice because that was the weirdest fucking voice ever. But I need at least a Leader One help me in that voice at least once a fucking episode.
Yeah, well, look, if you get GoBots, we got to do Toxic Avengers.
No, we cannot. No. Stop that. Okay. All right, so we pretty much got to blitz through everything else.
Okay.
All right, so
I've only played one game, so
okay, talk about your one game.
Yeah, I've just been playing Far Cry 5, and I've been really digging that. I kind of stopped for a little bit because the PlayStation was in my son's room, and I was mostly on the PC, but then I decided, dude, you're really not playing the PlayStation. You're mostly using it for Netflix, so I'm just going to get you a freaking Roku stick or something, and I'm going to put this shit out here because I'll actually play the thing. But so I've been playing that again, and I got through, I mean, if you know anything about the game, I got through John Seed's area like a while back, and then I just recently got through Jacob's area, and now I'm on the Faith. So, and I did some streaming with my son on the game, but I said, okay, we're going to play this game, but we're not going to shoot anybody, okay? We're just going to fish, and that's what we did. So I had pretty much liberated all of the area. There was pretty much no more bad guys in John Seed's area. And in the bottom of John Seed's area is actually the best fishing spot ever because how the game works with fishing is until you like get more inventory slots, you can only have like 5 fish of the same type in a stack. So you can, in this area, it's like, oh, there's rainbow trout here, there's this trout here, there's bass over here, there's this trout over here. So you can get these, you can go to this spot, this spot, and then go back to the boathouse and sell all those, go and do it again, and you can just rack up the money like crazy, like fishing like that. And it's super, like, the mechanics behind the fishing in that game is like really good, and I really dig it. And Aiden was so freaking proud of himself when he fucking like caught like a paddlefish sturgeon, like the hard like 100-pound fucking sturgeons, and he was like freaking ecstatic. So yeah, Far Cry 5's the shit. I've been really enjoying it. So I haven't played it online that much yet. So, but that'd be cool.
Have both you guys played Far Cry 5?
Fuck no.
Well, here's the thing. The Far Cry 5 is fun. And the thing is, I played the co-op with a buddy of mine on PC.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you, Chase, we were talking about it previously. The thing is that with the co-op, that it doesn't, like, it only, so if I join your game, Chase, mm-hmm. I only move in your game. So the progression that we go through, it's only in your game.
Right.
So if I go back to play my game and say we beat it, well, when I jump back into my game, I didn't gain any progression in the game. So now I have to go back and replay it in my game, which to me is kind of stupid. So
well, you still get perks and stuff, right? And
you do. You get your perk points, but the thing is, I don't get any of the other. I don't unlock any of the guns. I don't unlock any of the vehicles or whatever.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I do keep is my perk points, which, okay, it's kind of cool, but it's like, what the fuck, man? So if I spent, say 6 hours playing the game with my buddy, I don't get anything really for it.
That was the cool thing about Borderlands. If you hopped in somebody else's game and played the game with them past where you are, like when you went back to your game and you got back to that point, they were like, well, you already did this, right? You want to skip it? It's like, yes.
Fuck yeah.
But actually, most of the time I said no because I was already like way over level and I was just fucking destroying anything anyway. So it didn't really matter then.
To me, I wish they would have kept it separate though. Like if you did a joint game, you kept that joint game.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, how would they do it, though? How the game's set up, like, because you're in an area, you're leveling up the resistance in the area. Say you're at 30%, I'm at 75%. If we join each other, how are we going to, like, level each other's thing up together if they're tied to story missions and stuff? So I don't know how it would actually work on how they did it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. You would have to start a new game.
Right.
And you could progress in the game together, but then when you left that game, that co-op game, you can just go back to playing your game. Which, granted, it would suck, but at least, say your buddy keeps on going when you get off, and then you jump back on, and he's already way past what you were doing.
Right. Because the best thing I would say is to do it kind of like how we did with other games is, even with Borderlands, I did it to where if I do know that there's a guy that's like a level 12, I'm not going to go in, unless he really wants me to, go in there with my level 60, so I'll make a lower character and play with him, and that character I only play with him, you know what I mean? So you might have a game save that you only play together so that you can, do that way. So, I don't know.
What the hell's up with the cutscenes? I ain't trying to drag out the whole conversation, but what's up with the cutscenes?
Yes, you are.
Sorry. But it's like the weirdest shit. You be going along flying around in a plane and you're like shooting silos or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like cutscene, and then you land somewhere else. It's like, what the fuck? How the hell did they kidnap me anyway in a plane?
Because of the fucking drugs,
I guess. Anyway.
But yeah, I've been digging it. So I think I'm almost done. Pretty much what I'm probably going to do is just do the faith area, and then the last thing you do is actually go kill the main boss. I'll probably just wait on that and then just do a bunch of the side stuff I did just to drag it out because, I don't buy many like full price games. I mean, you know what I mean? And I didn't get this at full price anyway. I got it at like half price. So, but still, I mean, it was one of the main games I was going to get this year, and I'm getting God of War at some point, but not now. But so until I'm done with this, I'll probably just go back to playing, Doom or something. Then,
Overwatch.
Or Overwatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you been playing, Jared?
Honestly, man, I've been playing a little bit of Far Cry, and my go-to game is Overwatch. But I recently bought Final Fantasy 15. Kind of jumped on that bandwagon, got the Windows Edition, and yeah, I know. But it's actually really good. If you've never played Final Fantasy, it's an open world game. So it's not your whole wait and battle your turn based.
Never.
You gotta at least give it a try.
Never.
It's not turn based, Scar.
It's not turn based.
Never.
You might like it.
I'm waiting for that shit to actually be final.
It's never gonna be final.
How is all of y'all the Final Fantasy?
Well, there's a story behind it.
It's like a bunch of people saying they're the Lone Ranger. Then you're not really lone.
You got Tonto, but but yeah, there's a story behind it where the developer, he made a bunch of games and they kind of failed and then whatnot, and then he was this last game that he was going to make, he just called it Final Fantasy. It's like the motion is going to be a fantasy game, and this is his final one. And and then it ended up being really popular, so they made sequels to his last game ever. So, but
it's a very, 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 very beautiful game. So, I mean, the storyline's really good, and it's definitely worth a try. I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole details and stuff like that, but it's definitely a good game to go for.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try it out because, I played 10. I tried 13. I didn't like that at all. And then, so...
Is 13 the one that you got to play for like 70 fucking hours and then the game actually opens up?
No, that's 7.
Oh, that's 7?
Yeah, 7, dude, is like
No,
that.
I think one of them you have to play like super long and then the game opens up like when you're nearing the end and you're like, where the fuck was this the whole time? I hear people talking about it. I don't really give a fuck. But all right, keep going.
Well, the thing is, though, with Final Fantasy 15, to me...
I don't care. We are supposed to be going through this fast so we can wrap this shit up.
He said keep going.
I mean, go to your next fucking game, dude. We're trying to wrap this shit up. This should have been an hour.
I'm done. That's all I've been playing. That's it.
Fucking... God damn.
So what about that Final Fantasy 15, man?
Fuck it. That's what. I played over the past week. I played a decent amount of Killing Floor. It's still Killing Floor. It's still awesome. I'm now unlocking a whole lot of like the cosmetics and shit. And I have like a whole bunch of like different skins for the guns, and that's kind of cool. And then I played a decent little chunk of Dead of War, but like I said, I haven't had a ton of time to get back. I really, really like that game. Like, I super like that game.
Cool.
But it's right now it's just having time to play it, and I'm not gonna have time to play it this weekend because I have my daughter with me. It's just like I'm not gonna have time to do shit this weekend. I'm torn because on Saturday I have a choice between going to see Infinity War or going to the circus, and I kind of really want to go to the circus.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Because it's the Universal Circus, like it's the Black Circus. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never been to the Black Circus, and I heard it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I mean, you can go to the circus. Infinity War be out in theaters for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever.
Yeah, but it's gonna be spoiled for me already by then. But yeah, Dead of War is fucking great. And like I've said on several podcasts so far, the best part about Dead of War is if like some of us that are fathers, like we understand Kratos as a father, and like how he reacts and how he talks to his child is exactly like how some of us do, and I dig that quite a bit. Like,
I heard they did a really good job on that game.
It's really stinking good. And if you have a PlayStation, definitely get that shit as soon as you possibly can. If you don't have a PlayStation, I will go out on a limb. I have not been a PlayStation fan for pretty much ever. I've never been a huge PlayStation fan, and I don't really like a lot of their exclusives. But this is a game. If you are thinking about getting a PlayStation, this is a game to buy the PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even like I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have a PlayStation Pro, and this shit looks and plays phenomenal. Absolutely,
nice, man.
It's fucking great, and it's beautiful, it's colorful, and it's everything that you want a game to be, and it's everything that the Xbox doesn't have, and that's a lot coming from me.
Yeah, I'm trying to soak that in, man.
It's everything that the Xbox doesn't have, and it's all wrapped in one, because there's a lot of The Last of Us, and there's a lot of BioShock Infinite in this, as far as like dealing with your son being with you while you're going through all of this. So there's a lot of that in there. So yeah, that's great. Are we gonna talk about what we've been watching? But if we're gonna do it, we have to do it really stinking fast.
Yeah, I can go first because I watched Pieces for our little movie night, which was really fun. That movie is completely stupid, but I love it.
Yes, it was dumb as fuck. The little bit that I saw, it was dumb as fuck.
Yeah, and we had a dude that joined in and watched it with me the whole time, and his name was Jack, and he really he said he digs that kind of shit, and he's never seen that before. And there's a certain part that was like this lady in this terrible acting was just like, bastard. He was like, I think I love this movie now. He was like, thank you for like streaming this, because yeah. So that was kind of a test night to see how the thing went, and it went really well. So next month I'm gonna be streaming Fooly Cooley, like the first 6 episodes of the first season.
Oh, you were the man.
And then after that, I'm gonna do House for the next horror thing. House from 1977. So, we did have a suggestion for the movie night, which is going to be the Thomas Crown Affair, because they were talking I'm going to do Heat.
Bruh,
the movie Heat.
Bruh, you've never seen the Thomas Crown Affair?
I've never seen it, man.
Bruh, Catherine Zeta-Jones got them cheeks, bruh. Bruh.
We'll all watch it together, man. But yeah,
I think that's the one she plays in, right? Is hold on,
I believe so. It's
she got them cheeks.
Pierce Brosnan and
yeah.
But yeah, because it got brought up because we're watching Heat next for next week, and they were like, "Oh man, I like movies like that." So then they brought that up. So and that was brought up by Latina Mafia.
That ain't the right one. That ain't the right one. I'm thinking about something else then.
Okay. Well, I didn't know because I haven't seen it. So.
But it was cool. I remember watching it. I had it mixed up with something else.
Cool. Yeah, that's me, man. What you been watching, Jared?
Let's see. I got done watching Lost in Space. Excellent show on Netflix. I've been actually just kind of doing the whole Netflix binge thing. Really worth watching. And currently, right now, we are watching that Alter Carbon.
I love that shit. I love it.
Dude, let me ask you. So, kind of like a cyberpunk Sherlock Holmes-ish type. But there is a huge twist. Okay, don't tell me, because I'm not going to spoil it for you. But I'm getting into it, man, and everybody kind of asks me what it's like, and I'm like, the only way I can explain it is like a kind of a cyberpunk, almost like a Ghost in Shell kind of scenery, the movie Ghost in Shell, with a Sherlock Holmes kind of spin to it. But it's kind of sort of.
Yeah.
But it's really good, and I got something. So from listening to your previous podcasts, I heard you haven't watched Stranger Things yet.
I have
not.
Is that
still
not yet? I'm going to, but yeah, it's just having the time.
You got to make time for that, man. But anyway, it's like top 5 up there with Scott Pilgrim.
I hated Scott Pilgrim.
And we can no longer be friends.
With the movie or the comic?
Both.
I would never read the comic because I hated the movie so much. Yeah. I vehemently dislike that movie.
Do we have time to go into why, or are we just going to keep on?
No, like the whole point of that movie is him having to do all of this shit for someone that clearly wasn't worth it. Like that's
I mean, that was the whole thing.
She was not. She was not worth it at all. Shit, like he went through all of that shit for a bitch he just met, and she was not worth having to go through all of that for her. Absolutely not. Like, none of that shit was fucking worth it. It was just fucking stupid.
Yeah, but he realizes that at the end of the...
Yeah, but it's the whole thing about, like, oh, I realized that I really like the chick that was been around here this whole time, but like, I've been spending this movie fighting all of these fucking exes of the chick that I was pining after that wasn't worth me fighting a motherfucking soul. Like, who fucking cares? Like...
Yeah, but I mean, but the thing is, though, it was kind of more or less real life, because I mean, you guys all been there. You see that girl that's kind of giving you the time of day, and you're kind of with your girl, but she's a whole lot better looking, and you finally realize, like, oh shit, yeah, she was.
It reminded me of Family Matters, where Steve Urkel was all about Laura when Myra was clearly the better choice the whole fucking time.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but. I don't know. Myra didn't really come in until later.
So you saying that Scott Pilgrim should have become Stefan?
No, Scott Pilgrim should have fucking realized that chick wasn't fucking worth all of this shit. The moment the first person shows up to want to fucking fight you over some chick you just met, yeah, I think
should have been out, but like I'm done.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
It ain't worth it.
Ain't none of this worth it. Like I ain't trying to fight nobody over a bitch I just met. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you fine or not. I ain't trying to. I just met you. Why the fuck are people trying to fight me? Like,
yeah, the thing was that he was like seeing her in his dreams and all this and that.
No, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. The moment somebody shows up to fight me, I'm out. I don't want shit to do with you. Like, fuck that shit. I'm out. Like I'm out. Straight up, like fuck that shit. Like it's not worth it for me to have to fight anybody on earth for somebody I just fucking met. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so for me, in addition to all of the DC TV shows that I've been watching, which I won't rehash. Oh, Black Lightning is available on Netflix now. So if you haven't watched Black Lightning, you should fucking do that shit. It's dope. But I started a TV show just randomly. I started watching The Almighty Johnsons. And yes, I said it this time. I kept saying The Amazing Johnsons. But you know, no matter how you say it, it still sounds like something that would be on a fucking frat boys t-shirt. The Almighty Johnsons is a New Zealand TV show about some brothers who are reincarnations of Norse gods, which kind of goes hand in hand with the whole Dad of War thing. But they're reincarnations of Norse gods, and the youngest of the brothers finally gets invited to all of this stuff because they kind of keep it secret until you turn. It's secret and it's kept from you until you turn 21 is when this gets activated. And so the youngest of the brothers turns 21, and who he becomes changes everything for all of them. And I'm already through season 1. I'm on season 2 now, and I started watching this shit like last weekend. But it's dope. Huh. It's dope. There's only 3 seasons. I guess it got canceled after 3 seasons, but it's really good. I enjoy it quite a bit.
And what's it called again?
I'm actually looking it up right now.
The Amazing Johnsons?
The Almighty Johnsons.
Oh, okay.
I kept saying amazing. It did, and like I know it's wrong, but I couldn't think of Almighty, so it's called The Almighty Johnsons, and it's on Netflix. So do that. All right, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, we do.
Jared, you want to give your shout outs?
Yeah, man. So I'm on a pretty big Facebook group. We've got 2 of them. We have the North Carolina PC Enthusiast, and we have the North Carolina PC Gamers. So if you guys are...
Does anybody in either of these groups take their shirt off and wave it around like a helicopter?
No, but we probably have a few guys that will. That would do it. So...
do you get the reference?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we don't...
Yeah. I got you.
Okay.
But yeah, man, good bunch of... it's a good group. We all look out for each other and stuff like that. The enthusiast page is more for showing off and selling PC parts and stuff like that, and the gamer page is for PC gamers. Yeah, man, we got some stuff trying to come up. I know Chase was, talking about maybe doing a LAN party, kind of like a local LAN party and stuff like that. I've been to a few with the PC enthusiast groups and stuff like that. So, come check us out.
Word up, Chase.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll give shout-outs to some podcasts because, they kind of shout us out sometimes.
Because you actually get a chance to listen to podcasts. I don't,
Yeah. Yeah, because Future Monkeys is just shouting us out, and, Fred Rojas is always shouting us out, even though he called us Scargasm at one point. At one point, he called us,
I calls those.
The sarcastic gamers or something, and but yeah, Bad Fodder Figures are still doing their thing, and all the people in the freaking Discord, because it's kind of slowed down now, but it's still we got our regulars in there, and it's really dope, man. It's pretty cool. And actually, speaking of freaking Fred Rojas, he just said something somewhere, but yeah.
Big shout out to Spotify, man. I see you guys got picked up. Congrats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all Libsyn. Like Libsyn, I just pressed the button, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Oh, damn.
As long as we didn't have any unlicensed music licensed music on the show, like we didn't have any issues at all. I pressed a button on Libsyn.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to Chase, man, and I usually listen to podcasts when I got to go travel, 2 hours or plus or whatever, and I was sitting there scrolling down on Spotify for podcasts. I was like, oh shit, check it out. It's like, oh damn.
Yeah, it's
pretty
really
cool.
It's really dope to be there. Even though the majority of the people listen to the show on Stitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like I was on Stitcher for like a little bit, but that was before they made it so you could download the shows. Like it was like 100% streaming. And I was in areas where I didn't have very good signal, so I couldn't stick with Stitcher. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but
Right.
like shout out to all the people who use us on Stitcher, review us and all that. Do that.
Cool.
Man, just shout out to everybody. Jared, shout out to you for joining us today. I appreciate you, even though your tastes.
Hey man, anytime you want me to come back,
Final
you
Fantasy,
just let me know.
Final Fantasy, fucking Dreamcast, like, bruh, like you are really like I don't own a console. Like this is fucking like
Hey,
you are doing
look,
it like
man.
way wrong.
I be honest with you, man. I grew up playing PC, and I was kind of like one of the. I guess.
I'm sorry.
No, but the thing was, that's what there was that gray area where PC kind of was not quite there, so I started playing PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and always been a big PlayStation fan. So the thing was, though, my PlayStation 3 crapped out on me, and I had pretty much I think it was a Dell PC, and I was like, all right, so I started playing World of Warcraft.
Oh my god, you're a World of Warcraft person too?
Man, I played World of Warcraft for 6 years. About got a divorce over that game.
You know what? We're done. We are done here. We are done here. So shout out to everybody who listens to the show, shares, likes, subscribes, review us. I'm going to be starting a Facebook page to put some of the art up, and that's how I'm going to be giving away some the art that I said I was going to give away. Pictures and stuff have already been taken, and it's just going to take some editing and some cropping and all that other stuff to get the pictures and stuff right. But all that stuff will be up on Facebook soon. My challenge is almost over. By the time. Let's see. By this time next week, the challenge will be over. I would have done at least one painting every day for the month of April, which is kind of cool. Like I've learned a lot. I failed a lot. Like I made that really really cool painting with Chase's colors, and then it got stuck to my rack, and I put my thumb through it. Yeah. So like, go ahead.
We have a couple minutes. I'd actually like to see one of these paintings. I heard you talking about them on previous podcasts and stuff like that, but I haven't got to see one. So
How about going in Discord? There's a whole channel dedicated to my paintings. Yes.
I will check that out, man.
Yes, there's a whole channel, and like I said, it'll be going up soon. It's just fluid painting, and today I got some new silicone, and my cells are beautiful. But yeah, man. So just shout out to everybody. Do the thing, like spread it.
Like mayonnaise.
Oh no! Why the fuck would we do that? Don't do that. Not like mayonnaise. Maybe peanut butter. But like no mayonnaise. But yeah, man. So
gotta be crunchy peanut butter.
Yes, yeah, I'm with you there. That's the one thing we can agree on. Crunchy peanut butter is the best. That's the one thing we can agree on.
Crunchy peanut butter, yes. Final Fantasy, no.
Absolutely not. Okay, so for the homie Chase and Jared, I am Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors.
Later.
Scarcasm. Wow.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.